Hi traders, this is Kingdom Trade 001 Zulu Trade Signal Provider. I just wanted to run through with you what's going on in the markets at the moment and what positions I'm in and taking. I mentioned in my weekly Forex Outlook I was looking to long the pound New Zealand dollar. I drew attention to the recent bullish price action we've been seeing here with this weekly outside bar breaking through these inside bars, price closing above the EMA for the first time in goodness knows how many weeks, and this was definitely looking very bullish. I was eyeing this level here, trying to get long. I mentioned trying to get long on the 4-hour chart. There were a couple of opportunities this week that I missed, just wasn't around to get them. There was one here, there was one here, bang into this area. Then when I saw this yesterday, I noticed this morning on the daily chart, here was a bullish outside bar rejecting and closing above a number of these inside bars. It also was rejecting this big round number 1.7700, closing above it, significant. And I knew that the British GDP was coming out on Friday, which is tomorrow now. And I thought, well, let's just try and get long there and try and move my stops up to break even to try and shoot for the stars, as it were. Now, what happened today is I was long. I took a couple of positions profit. I'll show you. I took a couple of positions profit earlier in the day when it was 39, 34 pips, and I moved the remaining 3 positions down to break even. Now, price retraced back, and I'm out of that, out of those positions now completely. And this is what I'm going to play. How I'm going to play it, because I can still get back into this. But this is what I'm going to do. One thing I noticed through quite a lot of experience is that price will often go back to a price action area. So like this inside bar, once it breaks outside of it, it'll often pull back to it. Now, because I know I've got the GDP tomorrow, what I may do, I haven't 100% decided yet, I may just put some buy limit orders here. So if for the overnight Asian session, if price traces back down and then then traders are trying to get in before the GDP in anticipation of good numbers, which it could well be, then you want to have you move your stops up to break even. I may try that. The other trade I want to run through with you is the Aussie New Zealand dollar. I've been covering this for a while now, and that's continuing to head off into a very good direction. And I just want to show you exactly how I'm going to play this from here. Again, ignore this order here. So my positions are currently on the Aussie New Zealand dollar. Just go to my positions. My positions are here. They're currently 1,100 points in profit. Just under 1% of the account is in profit on those positions. And you can see I've entered those positions all at different places. 461, 477. So if you go down to the chart, you'll see I entered these positions here. 461, there, 477. 4-hour chart, I showed you how I did that through the week. On the green crossing red here, the green crossing red, that's what I've been entering. And now, my first target is this recent swing point. I'm going to take some of my positions off if and when price hits this sort of 1.06 100, 620, 640, 650, that kind of region. We're taking profit. And then, depending on how price closes, I'm going to move my stops up to break even and look to play the next level, which would be this 1.0700 would be the next take profit level. And if those get cleared out, and then we're starting to look to the return to the 200 EMA. They'll be the sort of the 3 levels that I'll be going for. I'm just trying to get as best value as I can from this trade, and then limit my risk as much as possible. I also the other way I may play it is move my stops to break even and then try and enter in on some kind of retrace back down. I don't think I'm going to get that now, so I'll just play it by ear, but either way, that's my first target, and that'd be good. Be booking in some nice profit there, moving up to break even. Excellent. Now the other trade I've got open is the Aussie yen, and that's heading in very nice profit. I entered the Aussie yen here. I called it on my charts as I was doing it. It was this bullish bar that closed outside these 2 inside bars. I just entered, put stops underneath the low, and as price this was the area I had to be careful of, this area here. So as price hit this area, I took profit, move my stops to break even, and then I'm here approaching 8,400. So when you look at that in the open profits, you'll see my position there is Aussie yen. I've got just under half my position still open, and it's 171 points in profit, or 0.6% of my account, so that's going very well. My Aussie US dollar positions, the price is not doing very much, just kind of hovering around the entry. I showed you and told you my reasons for that with the potential divergence in central bank policy. Aussie US dollar just makes a lot of sense, and with price coming up to the EMA and then being rejected off, I entered on the 4-hour chart, had confirmation of a green crossing red to the downside. That was a good place to get in, and now I'll just be waiting to see whether the US dollar buying continues. Now, often you hear people say, "Oh, it's a holiday, so expect quiet markets. The volatility will be low." Well, I found in my experience, which is in the recent term, the last 7-8 years, I found that often the holiday times you can have huge moves. I remember Thanksgivings before, when you get new highs occurring and records being broken. So the holiday times, they're not necessarily a quiet time when nothing happens. They can sometimes be some really big moves. So my advice to you is pay attention and watch out, and there could be some big moves. Even tomorrow, even Friday with the US on Thanksgiving, I wouldn't rule it out at all. So be alert, because there's good opportunities to be made. And one opportunity I'm looking at is the Great British Pound GDP tomorrow. You look at the pound chart, you can see it's undecided. It doesn't quite know where it's going to go. Look on the 4-hour chart, we're sort of getting some consolidation, inside bars forming, which way we want to go, where do we want to play this. Have a look at this about 10 o'clock tomorrow on the 4-hour chart. I'll be looking for opportunities there. Similarly, I'll be looking for opportunities on the pound New Zealand dollar, if that's a way of confirming what I'm trying to do. But I'll be cautious on the pound New Zealand dollar, because I am fighting the fundamental trend here. Though I think the pound is undervalued, but I've got to be careful, because I'm fighting that is left to right. So that's part of the reason why I was so quick to take profit, move stops to break even. I don't want to fight that, because it's big and it's powerful, and I want to be with the trend as far as possible. You can take counter trend moves, and the pound's been really outperforming recently, especially since Trump's election. So at the same time, you have to be flexible. But again, I'll be looking at that tomorrow, 10 o'clock. Get price return down to here, form some bullish outside bar, green crossing red. That's what I'll be looking for, to try and get in nice tight stops and get a bit of a play up to the 1.800 level would be good. 1.8100, 1.8200 above that. Okay, traders, that's what I'm looking at. I hope that's helpful. If you like my trades and you'd like to follow me, go to Kingdom Trade 001 on Zulu Trade. Follow the link at the bottom of this video, and you can hit the trade, and you can hit link, and you can follow me, and you can see here I've got five followers, and that's sort of going up all the time. Just wait for this to load. Sometimes the connection gets a bit slow when I'm recording the video at the same time. If it doesn't look like it's going to do it. So you just go to Zulu Trade, bottom of this website, hit follow me as a signal provider, and yeah, it'd be great. And if you like my video, press like, subscribe to me, so then you won't miss a video again. And a lot of these trades I've been taking, I identified in the weekly Forex Outlook, and here I am sat at about 1.4% profit on my account. I've told you pretty much what I've been doing all week, and all my results are there to be seen on Zulu Trade. How I trade, the reasons for trading. Look back through the week, and you can see a lot of these calls that I made real time. And that's just to show you guys that what's happening here is not an accident or a fluke. It's a result of careful planning and experience in the markets, and responding to fundamental analysis with a technical system to complement it. Okay, guys, thanks for listening. Hit like, hit subscribe. Any comments would be great, and follow me on Zulu Trade if you'd like me to be your signal provider. Okay, thanks for listening. Bye.